Hello friends, welcome to my channel Om Ki Pathshala. Today we are going to cover an interesting topic in maths, integers. So till class 5 we learnt about natural numbers and whole numbers. We all know that natural numbers are simply the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 all the way to infinity. But then these are the natural numbers. And if we put 0 in this sequence, then it would become whole number. That is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And again this sequence continues till infinity. We even learned about even and odd numbers. That are easy. But do you know that do you know that there is something like integer in which the natural and whole numbers are nothing but the positive numbers, and we don't only have those, we even have the negative numbers like -1, -2. Let's go deeper. So what are integers? They are basically the positive and negative in numbers along with 0. They lie on the left and right sides of 0. For your if you want to see it better, then look at the number line. 0 is at the middle. On its right there are all the positive integers. On its left there are all the negative integers. With this we have two types of integers, positive and negative. Positive integers lie on the right side of 0, and they can be written as a or plus a. This a I have used for just for as a statement. Like you can write 4 as 4 only, or you can put plus 4. That would be okay. Negative integers lie on the left side of 0. Unlike positive integers, which could be written as a or plus a, negative integers are always written as minus a. Minus 4 would always be minus 4. You cannot change it to 4. Then you would be confused whether it is positive or negative. One note: 0 is an integer, but it is neither positive nor negative. Yes, 0 is an integer. Yes, but it is neutral. That is, it is neither positive nor negative. Absolute value and additive inverse of integers. So what is absolute value? It is nothing but just the numerical value of an integer. It represents its distance from 0 irrespective of its sign. If a is an integer, then its absolute value is denoted as a enclosed in two parallel lines. Those parallel lines are nothing but the absolute value. If you can see, the absolute value of a is equal to a if a is more than 0, and minus a if a is less than 0. Yes, just now we learned positive integers are more than 0 while negative integers are less than 0. And there is one, and always note down one thing: the absolute value of any integer, may it be positive or negative, is always positive. Yes, because we are talking how far is it from 0. So can we tell the distance in negative integers? No, right? We mostly tell it in positive integer. That is why the absolute value is always positive, and the absolute value of 0 is 0 only. Now additive inverse. The additive inverse is an integer with the same absolute value as another integer, but of the opposite sign. Meaning if you take 7, it is a positive integer. It lies on the right side of 0. And if you take -7, even it is 7, but only difference is it is to the left of 0. They are additive inverse of each other, and you can see the examples. The additive inverse of 8 is -8, that of -7 is 7. Additive inverse of positive integers is a negative integer, that of negative integer is a positive integer. And again note down one thing: the sum of an integer and its additive inverse is always 0. Yes, suppose if you take 7 and -7, they are additive inverse, add them. 7 plus -7, you will get 7 minus 7, 0. You will always get 0. Addition and subtraction of integers. Now here we use some rules to solve. In addition, in addition, When we add two integers of the same sign, we simply add them and put the common sign. Yes, because their signs are same, so it will then we don't have to do anything new, and we simply have to add them. If it is if we are adding two positive integers, then we would again get positive integer. If we do the same with negative integers, we would again get a negative integer. But if we add two integers of the different signs, we subtract them and put the sign of the greater number. Yes, if they have different sign, we will subtract them and put the sign of the greater number. See the examples. 4 plus 7, 11. Both are positive, so result is also positive. Minus 3 plus minus 2, minus 5. Again it is, they are negative, so the result is also negative. 8 plus minus 2. Open the brackets, it will be 8 minus 2, 6. Why is it 6? Because 8 is more than 2 and is positive. Minus 3 plus 2, minus 1. Why minus 1? Because 3 is more than 2 and is positive. Always note down these things. Whenever we add more than two integers of the same sign, we simply add them and put the common sign, positive or negative. Same as this rule. This rule should be followed if there are more than two integers, meaning they could give you 3 integers, 4 integers, like that. But whenever you add more than two integers of different signs, then we add the positive and negative integers separately and then add their sums. Yes, it happens. Sometimes you would get positive integers, negative integers, a mixture of them in an expression. So how would you solve them? Separately add the positive and negative integers, then add their sums and you will get the final sum. Subtraction. When we subtract two integers of the same sign, we simply subtract them, put the common sign. Again same as the rule for addition. If we are subtracting two positive integers, we would again get positive integer. If we subtract, then if we subtract negative integer, we will get negative integer. And just like in addition, we required subtraction for integers of different signs. Same is here. If you subtract two integers of different signs, then you add them and put the sign of the greater number. Now in subtraction, you require addition. See the examples. 7 minus 3, 4. Both are positive. Result is also positive. Minus 4 minus in bracket minus 2. Again minus 2. You can open the brackets. Minus 4 plus 2. Minus plus minus. We will get 2. 4 is more than 2 and is negative. So minus 2. 38 minus in bracket minus 10. Open the brackets. 38 plus 10. 48. 38 is more than 10 and is positive. That is why minus 100 minus 8. Open the brackets. Minus plus 108. 100 is more than 8 and is negative. So minus 108. And again in subtraction, note down these things. Whenever we subtract a large positive integer from a small positive integer, we get a negative integer. Yes, in this case you see 2 minus 3. 3 is more than 2, but we are subtracting 3 from 2. So we are getting minus 1. And if we did 3 minus 2, then we would get 1. And if we subtract a positive integer from 0, we will get its additive inverse. Yes. If you subtract 7 from 0, what you will get? Minus 7, na? And minus 7 is the additive inverse of 4, 7. Multiplication and division of integers. I guess till class 7 we would have learnt only addition and subtraction of integers. And as we move to class 7, we even learned multiplication and division of integers. And trust me, multiplication and division of integers only have two simple rules. And that is, if you multiply two integers of the same sign, we always get a positive integer. Yes. 8 4s are 32. Minus 8 into minus 4 also gives you 32. When we multiply two integers of different signs, we always get a negative integer. Yes. 4 into minus 3 to minus 12. Minus 4 into 3, again minus 12. Same for division. If you divide two integers of the same sign, you always get a positive integer, and if you divide two integers of different signs, you always get a negative integer. Example, 8 divided by 2, 4, minus 8 divided by minus 4, again 2, 12 divided by minus 12 divided by 6, minus 2, 12 divided by minus 6, again minus 2. This slash that you are seeing is again a symbol of division. Mostly in computers there is no symbol for division, so we use slash. Now again there are many things to note down in multiplication and division. When you multiply any integer by 1, the integer remains unchanged. Yes, multiply any number by 1, you will always get the same number, integer. 7 ones are 7, minus 8 ones are again minus 8. But when you divide, whenever you multiply any integer by 0, you always get 0. Yes, you will get 0 only if you multiply. 8 zeros are 0, minus 12 zeros are 0. And in division also, whenever you divide any integer by 1, you always get the same integer. You can even say that again on dividing any integer by 1, the integer remains unchanged. 4 divided by 1, 4, minus 11 divided by 1, minus 11 only. But when you divide an integer by itself, you get 1. Yes. 8 divided by 8, 1. Minus 10 divided by minus 10, 1. When you divide 0 by an integer, you always get 0, and division by 0 is undefined. Yes. Just like how you or multiplying any integer by 0 gives 0, dividing 0 by any integer also gives 0. But you can't do the reverse, that is dividing an integer by 0. 0 divided by 8 will give you 0. 0 divided by minus 12 will give you 0. But the converse, that is 4 divided by 0, is undefined, because division by 0 is undefined. Properties of integers. There are various properties in integer. The closure property. It states that when you perform any operation on two integers, the result is also an integer. Yes, if you do 8 plus 2, both are integers, you get 10, which is again an integer. 8 minus minus 2, both are integers. Do the operation 8 plus 2, 10. 10 again an integer. All operations hold this property true except division. Why? Because in division both the integers should be divisible by each other. If they are not divisible by each other, then you will get decimal. If you still divide them, you will get decimal as the answer. Commutative property. It states that if you change the order of two integers, the result will remain unchanged. Like, yes, 8 plus 10, 18. 18 plus 10 plus 8, again 18. In both cases you are getting 18 only. Only changes, you change their order. Only addition and multiplication hold this property true. Yes, 4 8s are 32, 8 4s are also 32. Subtraction and division don't hold this property true, because then the answer would completely change. Associative property is almost same as commutative, but is a bit different. Why? Because if you change the grouping of three integers, their result would remain unchanged. Yes, for commutative you require two integers, but for associative you require three integers. Yes, you can change their grouping. 2 plus 3 plus 5, 2 plus 3 5, 5 plus 5 10, or 2 plus 3 plus 5, 3 plus 5 8, 2 plus 8 10. In both cases you are getting 10 only. Again, only addition and multiplication hold this property true. In subtraction and division, if you change the grouping, your answer would change. So that's the integers. They are very interesting, but you have to take care for the addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. If you like this video, like, share it and subscribe to my channel Om Ki Pathshala. And if you want, I can create such more videos if you want to know more, if you want to learn more maths. Thank you. Bye bye.